What I want to do today is go over with you the new Emblem drug plan for those on the rider. So there will be information in this video that is going to pertain specifically to the Medicare eligible retirees who are on the New York City Emblem drug rider. As you can see, it's on the ticker down below. If you have a drug plan, prescription drug plan that is provided from your union, then this does not pertain to you. Yes, there are some unions that Emblem happens to have their drug plan. The union uses an Emblem drug plan. You may use some of these, but this is specifically about using the portals, not using the portals. There's a million questions. So we're going to also address some more of these tonight because I have about 4 more meetings today, and also including the information from regarding Emblem and OLR, which I also want to share with you. So let's get right into this. They've heard us, right? So we've been making sure that over the last 9 days, they have heard you. They've seen your complaints. They've seen your posts. They've seen your comments. They've seen all the issues that you've been having, and they heard us. One of the things we asked them to do was to streamline the ability of you being able to get into your drug plan. Now, some of you had said to us, do I have to use the portal? Do I have to download Prime? Do I have to use Emblem? The answer there is no. So what they're now saying to us is you do not have to use the portal or use the Prime app if you are just going to your local pharmacy to pick up your medications. But they also want you to know what's in that app. So first, they were telling you to go to Prime. Then you were being told, Prime Central, do this, do that, call this person. No, that was absolutely insane. And they acknowledged what they did was wrong. Yes, absolutely. We are not the UFT. We will, of course, tell you the truth, and we're not going to sugarcoat shit. We just don't do that. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you nothing's wrong, everything's great, when across like 8 different platforms, we are getting hit with messages, problems, complaints, emails that take 6 minutes to read. We get it. The problem was they didn't get it, and they didn't think you needed to be heard. And unfortunately, neither did the United Federation of Teachers. So that email from Jeff really pissed me off because there were problems. You know it, and we know it. And I'm not here to blow smoke up anyone's rear end. So when they heard us this week, what they said was, we will streamline this. Instead of making retirees go to the Prime Central app and have all that problems, and then you were having issues where Amazon was literally poaching your drugs that some of you, wanted to go to Express Scripts that were Medicare eligible, and Amazon Prime was taking your prescriptions for Amazon delivery. So this annoyed the crap out of so many of you. So what we did was we discussed with them about having this streamlined, and this is going to be a work in progress, so you've got to bear with us. They're still making tweaks on this today. They're going to put up a full FAQ for you. They're taking some of the feedback we've been giving them and putting them in an FAQ, okay? What I want to show you is we gave you a link. Let me see if I can put this in the video. And I'm going to drop this in the chat, okay? This is Emblem's page. Emblem has now updated their website. I'm putting this in, let me get this into Instagram because your comments, of course, Instagram doesn't come over to me. I have to do this manually, so I'm going to keep flipping back and forth. Okay, so this is the Emblem website. If you see at the top, it says serving our city with care, welcome City of New York employees and retirees. And then down here, Prime Therapeutics new pharmacy benefit or PBM, right? Remember, forever, you've had Express Scripts. Express Scripts was the manager. They controlled your prescriptions. Then the CEO of Emblem decided to move to Prime. Prime now is the manager. However, for you on Medicare, you still have the choice. If you want home delivery on any of your drugs, you can use Amazon or you can use Express Scripts. If you are not Medicare eligible, meaning you're an active worker on this plan, or you are a pre-Medicare retiree on this plan, your only choice for delivery is Amazon Pharmacy. Now, they created these 4 blocks for you. So key details here, we're going to get to that in a second. It says senior care. So this is for our Medicare people. There's another block here for short videos. This one is for the NYC EPPO plan. So if you're not pre-Medicare or active, don't click that first link. You're going to come down here and click the senior care video. The next box here is about signing into your portal. This here says is my Emblem portal. That's where most of you are going to go. And if you're wanting to go into the NYC EPPO portal, you're going to go to the second link. Here, home delivery. You can still get your medicines delivered straight to your door using Amazon Pharmacy here or Express Scripts. And it does say, double asterisk, Medicare only. Now, if you see this little box here to the right, it says special pharmacy message. Click that and a pop-up shows up and it says special pharmacy message. On January 1, Emblem transitioned pharmacy benefits to Prime Therapeutics, providing new tools to manage your prescriptions. We know that there have been issues around member portal sign-on, Amazon pharmacy messaging, and Express Scripts mail order pharmacy for Medicare retirees. We apologize for any frustration this may have caused. Please be assured that your new drug coverage and ability to fill prescriptions has not changed. And if you have concerns or questions about your coverage, please call Prime. Now, there's 2 separate phone numbers. For active workers and pre-Medicare, this is the phone number. And for Medicare retirees, this is the phone number. Let me see if I can copy both of those. I'll stick those in the chat as well. Let me just pop on over back here. And that's if you're having problems with doing that. Let me go over to Instagram and drop those phone numbers down here and put those there. Oops, why did you not take it? Hold on a second. Oh, of course you would give me trouble. Control C. That worked for you. Now let's try it again. Control C. Go to Instagram. There you go. Okay. Now, coming back to you. So that's with the messaging. They get it. They know they screwed up, and there were several different screw ups, but they're fixing them, right? With everything new, there's always going to be a problem. The important part is they're actually listening to you now. So in this key details, let me go back to that because that first document, when you click open key details, it's going to bring you to this page. Now, when you click that, oops, it will open up this PDF and it will give you instructions on what to do if you want to get into the portal, not just go to the pharmacy to get your medications. Some of you asked, is there a benefit to using the portal over just going to the pharmacy? Yes, there is. You have now 2 benefits there. You can, well, actually 3. You can manage your own prescription medication right through that portal. You can order your delivery online. Also, some of you have said that you've looked at your medications in different ways, either home delivery or at a retail pharmacy or another retail pharmacy, and you're noticing different pricing. Well, this app now allows you to search for your medications and see which retail location close to you, if you're not choosing to use mail order, would give you the better price. That is huge because before you would have to make phone calls or go to different pharmacies. The app will absolutely show you if you went to the Duane Reade down the block or the Walgreens 2 blocks from here or the CVS 3 blocks from here, exactly what your price for your drug would be at that location. So that will absolutely help you save money, and you should be taking advantage of that, which is why we strongly encourage people to create an account. Also, knowing that there's been rampant Medicare fraud, we have people that have been complaining that their Medicare accounts have been billed, like their Medicare has been billed for tests or skin procedures or COVID testing. This absolutely helps you to know whether what's going through your account is real or not real. And of course, those of you who also want to file for any type of a reimbursement you might get from an insurance program or welfare fund benefit, this is where you need to go to get your receipts, your benefits, your proof of payments, your EOBs, your everything. This is why we've encouraged that. So, but if you just choose, you don't really care about any of that, you just want to go to the pharmacy, you don't care about your account, you don't care about your EOBs, none of that, well, then just take your little card and go to your pharmacy and fill out your prescriptions. Now, back to this form. You can, of course, follow these directions, and it specifically says to you, you can use the My Emblem member portal, because most of you by this point have a Emblem Health account. Go there, and you can access your pharmacy account directly through your Emblem account. You don't need to get the separate portal to do that, okay? And it explains to you through this process with screenshots on how to do it. It says that additional registration on Prime is not required. And you keep going down this document. Let me go back to it. Oops. And it'll show you what you need to do that process, okay? For non-Medicare people, you're still going to follow this same process, whether you're Medicare or not Medicare, because your medications, even if you're an active worker and you don't have a union drug plan, you get the drug plan through the NYC EPPO, or you get it because you're retired or on senior care. This is the directions you want to follow, okay? So for Medicare people, remember the Medicare Part D drug plan has a $2,100 maximum out of pocket. You were paying a 25% co-share until you hit that $2,100. So for you, what's important to know is how much is the cost of the drug. Why is that important? Because if you go to one pharmacy and the drug you've been taking forever is $50, then, and that the pharmacy that you want to go to down the block that might be a little bit closer than the one that you were going to, maybe that pharmacy, it's a little bit less expensive, let's say $25, you're still paying 25%, whether that drug is $25 or $50. So wouldn't you prefer to pay 25% of $25 than 25% of $50? I mean, unless you're rich and you don't really care. But this is what makes this so important, is you now have control to see where you can actually pick up your medications, put your medication so that you know your drug costs. This is why we were fighting for drug cost pricing in advance. Like, they should have been able to let you know that you could have searched this, because on the Medicare website, you could go in, look at the different pharmacies, look at the different prices. You had that ability. The city didn't let us do that. Now, of course, you're in this plan. For those of you that stayed, now you have to be able to go through this plan and find the best drug pricing for you. Because for some of you that take medications, this is why it's really important for you to be able to know the pricing of your drugs. Okay, so let me scroll back up. Let me just take a quick peek over on Instagram. I don't see any questions over there, so I'm going to jump back over. Let's go up to the top. Let's see what we have in terms of questions. Good morning, Laura. It's good to see you. Hey, Ellen. Of course, the UFT wouldn't supply us with a drug plan. They're too busy dipping into the health stabilization fund. I know. We'll get into that audit a little bit, where that's going to be some of your homework going forward. You've been a forceful force in us being heard. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome, Laura. I couldn't do it without you guys, though. You know that. Our information was sold out by the city, our unions and the city. So, and this is, Stephen, this was a problem that remember, if you're speaking about Prime is now the benefit manager, so they have to have your data. The issue that I believe you're taking up with is that, and I believe, Stephen, you might be DC 37, the 5 unions in the MLC leadership, UFT, DC 37, sanitation, CWA 1180, and local 237, agreed to give their welfare fund information over to the municipal labor committee and the health insurance companies. That's separate from the pharmacy issue, but they want your drug information to coordinate, because that's how they're they're going to use that information to help save them money and capitalize on that data. This is what we don't understand why they agreed to that. That was egregious. Most of the other unions did not agree to that have their own welfare funds. But yes, if that's what you're referring to, I agree with you. Can I stay with Express Scripts? George, if you are on Medicare, the answer is yes. If you are on Medicare and you get your drug plan through the city, you have a choice for delivery with either Prime, Amazon, or Express Scripts, okay? But there's that procedure in that link that I posted in the chat for you to be able to do that. If you are not on Medicare, your only delivery choice is Prime, is Amazon. Okay. And many problems where prices are different on my laptop, on my phone, and given by representatives. So, Anne, you need to look in the app. I'm hoping you can get into the app, follow the instructions on the chart that I gave you, and search, because you might be seeing something different depending on how you registered, what you're looking at, what's the default. I don't know what you're seeing, but I still, if I were you and you're seeing that wide range from 91 cents to $91, that maybe you need to call Emblem to find out what's going on, okay? If you're still having an issue with that, message the organization, and then we will help put you in touch with someone. Yes, copays are still going for 2026. Remember, our litigation was only on the copays for 2022. The one thing that will stop the copays on it going forward would be the legislation, which we are hoping to reintroduce soon. Non-Medicare can still use Walgreens or CVS. So Tammy, they are sending me today the full list of the in-network pharmacies, and I believe the answer to you is yes. I believe both of those are still on the list. But there is a list of pharmacies that should be in the portal to tell you which are the in-network ones. And still remember, you can, if you just decide to get into the app, you can search which pharmacy offers, because you might see a dollar difference between Walgreens or CVS. Okay, that's why we've been encouraging you to try to do this. All my medications are going to my World Trade Center Express account and being denied. So, Stephen, that's really important to know. That means that they probably closed your Express Scripts account. If you would please, one, confirm that your Express Script account is open, and two, that they're billing the World Trade Center and not the health plan. Let me just take a quick screenshot of that so I can remember this. Okay. All right, next, let's see. How can I borrow $1 billion and never pay it back? Oh yeah, Health Insurance Stabilization Fund. Medicare UFT, I received my pharmacy card. I'm sticking with Express Scripts. If it works, don't fix it. Many people do not an online Emblem account, so they can't do it online and must call to activate. Yep, I get that you don't have an online account, but this is why we're encouraging people to try. Look, we taught you how to use Facebook and social media and Zoom in 21. You can do this, and we are working on a series of videos to get it done for you, so hang in there. No prices available for Express Script refills. So Cheryl, you might want to call Emblem on that and find out why. What about insulin or other injectable drugs? How do I get them? So Tammy, you're not telling me if you're pre-Medicare or Medicare. If you're pre-Medicare, they're going through PICA. If you're or active. If you are Medicare, they're most likely going through your Part D, your Part B or Part D plan, depending what injectable drugs you're using, because they can go through B or D. So D is your drug plan, B is your medical plan. My Medicare account was hacked for $9,000 worth of catheters. This is why, Long Beach, I keep telling people you must log into your account. Long Beach, would you do me a favor? Because if anyone has ever had their Medicare account used illegally, like if they had charges that went through like this one, like Long Beach is saying that their account was hacked to use $9,000. It wasn't that it was hacked. Someone got your Medicare number and billed your Medicare for fraudulent charges. If you were one of those people listening to this message now, please do me a favor, send me an email. If you're willing to talk to a reporter about this, send me an email. In the subject line, write like Medicare fraud, send to Marianne, and they will send me that email so that we can put you in touch with. We have people that have been complaining to Medicare about this, and Medicare has done nothing about it. We want to shine a light on this, as this is yet another problem. So if this is one of the things that you guys are experiencing, please, and you're willing to talk about it, please send us an email with this, with your contact info. We will put you in touch with people that would be interested to start investigating some of this. This is why we want you to know what's going through your account, because you shouldn't be charged things. Medicare shouldn't be charged something, because remember, if Medicare is going to get it, then it's going to go from Medicare to senior care, and then they're going to come to you for a copay, and then you're going to have to fight this. Let's help you fight it all together so we can put an end to that. What's the URL for that site? Which site are you talking about? Remember, I'm like halfway down this already, and the questions are probably gone, but tell me exactly the URL for what site do you want? So if you're non-Medicare, Tammy, for injectables, it's going through PICA, and your PICA still stays with Express Scripts. And if you're having a problem with your Express account, you need to call Express Scripts. What about 80-year-old retirees? They have no clue about computers or phone apps. And so, Stephen, remember, people who don't have, like, we know we still have retirees that have flip phones. This becomes a problem, right? So then they're most likely just going to the pharmacy, with the local pharmacy, with their card out of convenience. Okay. They recognize that too, which is why they're trying to make their website more user-friendly to our population. Express Scripts and Amazon are both cheaper than pharmacies. Okay. I have never received any mail or new card. I'm a UFT retiree. So, Marty, I would log into your Emblem portal, and I would download a card from there. You can get your card in your portal. If you don't have any card ever, and you don't even know your own account number because you never got a card, you need to call Emblem. And the number is on that PDF that I dropped in the chat before, or just go to Emblem's website. George, there's no reason to stop all medication. Stop being ridiculous. I just received my health insurance card, but no union card from UFT. I just retired in November. So Tammy, once you retire, you are no longer a union member. If you want to join a retiree chapter as a loyalty member, you can, but you are no longer a union member once you retire. So your union card, there is no union card unless you choose to rejoin a retiree chapter as a retiree. But you are no longer in the union once you are retired. I know this is very difficult for many UFT retirees to wrap around your head, but you are not. Remember, the Taylor Law and New York City collective bargaining law only allows unions to negotiate for those in their bargaining unit for wages, hours, and work conditions. You are not in their bargaining unit, and you don't have wages, hours, and work conditions. If you choose to join a retiree association, you have one. It's Retired Teacher Chapter. It is currently led by Bennett Fisher. You can contact the retiree chapter and join them. And then you will have a deduction, and you will have a card. And other things. The new card says Emblem, not Prime Therapeutics. Okay. Got a letter from Express Scripts that they will no longer automatically be sending me my refills. I would have to ask them each time in advance, is that true? How much lead time will they need to refill? So, Anita, I am not familiar with that either. So, you might need to go back in. Remember, Prime Therapeutics is the manager. So, you might need to go through there to set this up. This is called managing your prescription. But let's see. I will also screenshot that. And let's see what we can find out about that one too. But I believe you're going to have to manage your prescriptions through the portal to do that. Remember, they're not the manager anymore. You have to move to the manager. Before, Express Scripts was the manager. Now they're just an affiliated vendor. Okay. So my suggestion to you is most likely you are going to have to go through the Prime app to manage it and make sure that you're choosing Express Scripts as your delivery mechanism, and then arrange through that new portal your delivery. I'll confirm that for you, but I believe that's what you're going to have to do. When you go to the doctor, you need to tell them Prime Emblem for them to fill a script. Yeah, because they'll just keep putting it through Express Scripts or whatever you had it. Unless, of course, you just want it sent to your local retail pharmacy. Stephen, sanitation. So, sanitation, you have your own drug plan. You have a union drug plan, and your union drug plan is Emblem. So you will be following some of these same rules because that's the best way to access this. Unless your union has a special link for you, I'm not familiar, but I believe you will have to follow the same setup. But you're also Express Scripts for World Trade Center, and I believe you're going to have to contact Express Scripts on that. They might be trying to bill the wrong account. Check and make sure that they're billing the right insurance. I had a very similar problem with my World Trade Center at the pharmacy. I ended up having to use 2 separate pharmacies, one for my World Trade Center stuff and one for everything else, because no matter what happened, they couldn't get it straight. And it was driving me crazy. So keep that in mind. They might be trying to bill the wrong insurance. Try that and see if that works. Thank you for this. They should have done this last week. Actually, sweetheart, they should have done this in December before they gave us all agita and we needed new meds. Yes, because of course they're raising your blood pressure and then they're preventing you from getting your blood pressure medicine. I totally get it. I have a drug which I take which needs prior authorization. I'm unable to find the price of this drug in the past. I got it at Walgreens. You're unable. So, Gail, it's difficult for me to answer this question because I don't know how you're going about doing this. Are you calling them to get the price, or are you going through the app? Did you go through the portal? Did you go through Emblem and follow those directions? If everyone can do what we're advising you today, is download it, go to the website, look at this sheet that the key, what is it called? It's called it's called Key Details, and click that screen. Let me go there again. Go here where it says Key Details, click that Senior Care link, and you will see this document pop up and it will tell you what to do. That's going to be the only way you're going to be able to search prices without making a million phone calls. So my suggestion to you is to try this, because that's the only way we're being told that you can look at pricing. So try doing that way. I am not available for you to find the price anywhere else. You have to be able to get the medicines into the portal to be able to search your prices. So, and if it needs prior authorization, then that's going to need to be managed in your portal, which is why we're trying to guide you through doing this the easy way. And remember, prior authorization, if you already have one on file, it's not expired yet, it's going to be too soon for you to file it. That's why some of you are trying to get those authorizations again when there already is one in existence. And so for that, it's not going to let you do it and, of course, deny it because you still have a valid one on file. But you will also be able to learn when your prior authorizations expire as well. So this is why we're encouraging you to do a little bit more and try to get in there. So, Lynn, I can't tell you if Express Scripts is going to expire in a year. I know that they're looking to move away from them, and that was a CEO decision, came out of Emblem. I can't tell you why. I don't know why. It's not like we're hiding something or they're hiding something. They're probably made some business decision, and I don't know why they did it. I mean, if I find out, I'll let you know, but I can't tell you if Express will be here for more than a year. So as we find that out, I'll let you know. Were our prescriptions automatically transferred, or do we have to get? No, they should have been automatically transferred. They should have been ported over. And that was one of the failures in this, in that for some of you it worked and for many of you it didn't. But they're working on fixing that, and that should have been fixed already. So by the time, if you do choose to open your portal, go through the Emblem website, look at your Prime account, you should be able to see your medications there. So try that out. I tried on January 1 to get an Express account and keep telling them I ended up getting it out. So, Marianne, this is a new day. They have had to fix things between the 3rd and the 6th. So if you tried on the 1st, I'm encouraging you to try again. They had problems, lots of them, but that they were updating their system almost every day between the 3rd and the 6th. So please follow the instructions I dropped in the chat and do it again, because it's going to be the only way you're going to be able to do it. Because if you just gave up after the 1st, then you didn't try on the program that supposedly works. So I'm dropping the link to that page, this page here again. You're going to go to the first box, key details, click senior care, and download that document to your computer, and then follow it. If you have a printer or if you have 2 devices, try to follow it right online. We're going to do some videos to help you make that easy, but for right now, that's what they gave us. That is the new update. You'll open up to this document, and then you can follow the instructions on creating your account. So try that first. If you did not try this since today or yesterday, I'd say try it again today because they've been fixing it. You're welcome, Tammy. New UFT retiree as of November. Well, welcome to retirement, and you found the right place, because we are the only organization in existence that truly does defend you, sticks up for you, educates you, and answers your questions in real time, like today. So welcome to the club. I was told by a DC-37 member was denied diabetes strips. And when she called DC-37 to find out why, she was on hold for 3 hours. So Tina, I don't understand why any of that, but I'm assuming DC-37 is probably dealing with a lot of mess. I don't know why she was denied. Well, strips may, depending when that call was done. I know the plan, and it also depends on what plan she's on, what it was being run through. She would not be on this drug plan, because if she's DC-37, she has her own drug plan. If she's pre-Medicare, it most likely went through PICA for diabetes supplies. If not, it went through the medical plan, depending if she's Medicare or not Medicare. So there's too many variables there. I can't even answer that question the way it's framed. But the whole time, no doubt, because they've totally screwed this one up by what they did there, and they probably don't have the staffing to answer the questions. I'm waiting for the okay for meds to be able to be sent on January 10th from Express Scripts. They have prior approval. Hope it goes through. Great. Good luck. Let me know if there's a problem. By the way, UFT scheduled their latest welfare fund meeting to attempt to inform us this past Wednesday at the same time as some of their Zoom courses they offered to retirees. They had never done that before, just another indication of their dismissive attitude. I'm going to hold my tongue. You're welcome, Deborah. Besides big name pharmacies can still use a mom and pop. I do when I need something. Yes, you can still that's what we've been saying to you. You can still use your local pharmacies. You're welcome, Stephen. I got into the app. I called Prime. They were clueless. Now, Prime is also undergoing more training because there's been many issues. Can I say, yes, send me screenshots to the organization. And yes, please do call Emblem. But call Emblem first, because if they can solve your problem, then you don't need us. If you are having a problem still after calling Emblem, then send me the screenshots and to the organization, and we'd be glad to help you. That way they could see what you're seeing, because I can't help you otherwise. I need to see what you're seeing. Also, World Trade Center scripts for survivor problems exist forever through Express Scripts. Had to separate and send new scripts to CVS. Yeah, and that's what I had to do literally, was separate my World Trade Center meds, do a different pharmacy than my regular meds. It was the only way I could keep it all straight. My daughter's on senior care, but Express Scripts and Amazon cannot confirm her insurance. Called Emblem, and the client did not put the information in. I have been on the phone with them for the last 9 days, still not resolved. Yvonne, try today, please. And if not, please email us at retirees@nycretirees.org. I will put that in the chat, retirees@nycretirees.org. Let me just quickly check Instagram. Re-autofills, you can arrange regarding auto refills, you can arrange them. Yes, I know you can arrange them. It just has to be done separately. Let's see, is there anyone else? Nope. Okay, let's go back. And I have to jump because I have another meeting to go to. Pre-Medicare, spoke with Emblem on the phone. They told me 90-day supply only at Duane Reade, but if another pharmacy like CVS prescription has a 1-month supply with 3 refills, then need a new script. Oh my God. I'm going to take that one down too, because that's interesting. So they're only allowing 3-month refills at specific pharmacies. I will confirm that as well. All right. You're welcome, Phyllis. You have been our best medicine. Hey, Mary, hugs to you and your mama. Many people are afraid or not savvy to set up the account on the Align. Medicare was hacked in October of 22. I was one of millions. All my info is out there. Check everything every day. So, and this is why I keep saying to you guys, when I encourage you to use a password keeper, I use a password keeper. I use an email address and I use a different password for everything. Everything. There is no one account that has the same password. You guys need to do the same thing. And that would also help you from getting multiple hackings, right? Or if you do get hacked, they only have one account. They don't have everything. So I encourage you to try to do some of that. That way you don't have to remember a million different passwords. You just have to remember one, and the password keeper keeps everything for you. And then it will automatically populate those fields. I've been doing this for over 10 years. I started with my mother. So it's important that you kind of think about those things. Thank you, Judith. Very funny. The doctor on this statement is a doctor locally, and mine had retired doctor from Brookdale. From Tom, over 65, traditional Medicare, RX, GHI Senior Care City Plan 1. I was shunted to Express Scripts affiliate, Accredo Specialty Pharmacy, for Specialty RX, who has been messing up. The first RX launched since November 2nd. Nightmare trying to register onto the Prime. GHI Prime Accredo spin me around since December, still waiting my initial Specialty RX. Okay, so Tom, you're coming in. I'm so excited to see this because you're the first LinkedIn user that I have that's actually, the comments are pouring in. So I'm glad to see this. Tom, if you would send a message to the retirees at nycretirees.org, and I need to know who you are and your specifics, the specifics of this, so that I can put you in touch with someone to help you with this, okay? So please send me an email at retirees@nycretirees.org and with those details, and we will get right on that. You're not the first person that I'm hearing. This is literally just as I posted your message, I was getting another message on a very similar issue. So let's see what we could do to take care of that. Ellen, sorry for an aside. I just can't find where I saw this and what is needed regarding facilities copays. So, Ellen, that's going to be a conversation for tonight. I don't know what you're asking regarding facility copays. We were asking in our email. So if you look at one of the last emails the organization sent you, it usually comes from the email donations@nycretirees.org. It will ask you there, but I don't need any more copay information regarding facility charges or regarding facility charges. We have enough of those already, but thank you for asking. GoodRx if your meds are not covered. So you can use GoodRx and not run the drug through your pharmacy if your medication's not covered. Seems Emblem had overloaded their reps by providing inadequate manpower to answer questions for us Medicare retirees. 4 days ago, I called to check on my new status. I had dropped Emblem's drug plan after a good 40 minutes of waiting. I was accidentally routed to a really nice rep who had been hoping for a lunch break. FYI, she also had to fix some incomplete info glitch about my change. Well, I'm glad that worked out. Can a person on Medicare have an account with Amazon Pharmacy and Express Scripts? Yes, because you can choose where your drugs go, manage them in your new portal. You choose which delivery you want to use. You might find a better price at one. You might find another better price at another. But this is why we were encouraging you to use the portal, because you can control that. Let's see. Good morning, Mary, and I attended a meeting on Wednesday with Neil. They are giving the wrong year. They are giving the wrong year for copays. They are telling. So copays, if and hopefully this new case settles, the copays didn't start until January 1st of 2022. You didn't have copays on senior care in 21. So it's January 1st of 2022 to January 12th of 2023. Please look for your copays for during that period. I will definitely call Neil on that, Sherry. Thanks for the information. I got declined my Ozempic, but Prime sorted it out. You have to make sure the pharmacy has the new insurance. I am pre-Medicare. Yes, because if yours is an injectable pre-Medicare, Julie, you go through PICA. My husband is on Medicare and he can't gain access to his Express Script account. Everything was automatically switched to Prime. So, Robin, again, follow the instructions I posted on the Emblem website. Follow the instructions on this page. Remember, Express Scripts is no longer the manager. The manager is now Prime. So if you are going to manage your drugs, you need to deal with the new manager. You still have access as a delivery vendor of Express Scripts, but they close your account because they're not the manager. So please follow the instructions of what I've been trying to say for the last 45 minutes. So Medicare Part D, $2,100. So George, understand something. This $2,100 is a cap. Before there was no cap. This says to you, and if you're on a plan, George, and I apologize, I don't remember which union you were from, but if you were on any Medicare drug plan, your out-of-pocket max is $2,100. Before there was none. You could pay $10,000 in drug costs. Now you pay up to $2,100, and then you no longer have to pay. So you're not paying anything more than you were paying before. However, well, you're not paying it. Yeah, you're not paying anything more than the $2,100. Before, you could have had expensive medications and paid $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 throughout the entire 12 months. Now, there's a cap on covered medications. So you don't have to pay past $2,100. If you are on a drug rider, for example, like the city plan we're talking about today, that has a 25% copay, then you will pay 25% of your medications up until you hit $2,100. Then you don't pay anything. The $2,100, it's not like a deductible, it's a cap on out-of-pocket expenses. This is a stopgap measure. It's a protection that was put in place by the Biden administration. You should be thankful you have that, because if you have expensive medications, you could go bankrupt. Now you have a protection. After your co-spend of $2,100, there is no cost. Look at it that way. So you don't pay that much for 1 year meds. Many people don't. But even if that $2,100 cap wasn't there, you'd still be paying the same thing you're paying now. Nothing changed. At least not for you. For people who are on like expensive ones, like the GLP-1s, they're definitely grateful that they have that. Diabetic medications, definitely grateful. Marianne, my doctor has to get a copy of the new pharmacy card sent to me in order to put a 90-day prescription. My doctor has to get a copy of the new. Yes, your doctor needs to know which pharmacy you're using so that they know where to send your medications. Should UFT retirees download the portal? Anne. That's my 10-minute alarm. So I'm going to run, but I'm going to tell you, go back and listen to this video from the beginning. My liver doctor wants me to get vaccinated for Hep A, but when I go to CVS pharmacy, they say my insurance won't cover it. So that's interesting. I don't know if you're Medicare or not Medicare. And if you are a UFA retiree and you get your drug plan, I believe, from the UFA, your drug plan should cover your vaccinations. Now, I don't have the list in front of me, but you can Google this, vaccinations covered by Medicare. If it's not covered by A and it's not covered by D, then it's not covered. I believe Medicare A is covered, and that might be under your Part B, not D, which means it probably has to be done in the doctor's office, not in the pharmacy. Some vaccinations have to be done in the doctor's office, some have to be done in the pharmacy. And if you don't do it that way, then you get charged. However, there's another caveat here. We have found many unions have drug plans for Medicare people that are not creditable Part D plans without knowing, oh, you are a Medicare retiree. I'm sorry, I'm just looking at that. Well, that tells me something else. If you can please search this, because I have to run, search whether hepatitis A shots go through A or D. I'm sorry, A or goes through B or D, whether it's medical or your drug plan. Now, if you're getting them at the right place and the drug plan, and it's supposed to go through the drug plan, not Part B, your medical, and it's supposed to go through your union drug plan, and the union drug plan is not covering it, that telling me right there, if it is a covered Medicare vaccination, that's telling me that the UFA Medicare Part D drug plan is not a creditable plan, and I need to know that. So we were successfully able to push CWA and Local 237 by reporting them to get their drug plans to be creditable plans, something that a lot of them have been hiding from. That is not a creditable plan if they're not covering your vaccinations. So please do that homework and email me at the org and let me know what you found out. Pre-Medicare also called Prime and got the cost for 3 months at a local mom and pop, not just Walgreens. That's great. Having difficulty arranging coordination between Emblem, Prime, and Express Scripts. So what you're going to need to do is contact Prime, and this is Remark27 on Instagram. Please contact Emblem on that issue about whatever the coordination is that you're having. We're encouraging them to work with us in getting a video, like do a live Q&A to answer some of these questions to help with those procedures, and also start doing a series of videos on this. Since I don't have access to a Prime account, I can't do that for you. So they're gonna have to help me do those with you. Okay, let's see. Was Mayor Adams' executive order suspending Medicare Advantage overturned by Mayor Mamdani? So Philip Merkel, there was no executive order suspending Medicare Advantage. It was just a pointed decision that the mayor chose to make. Mayor Mamdani has not chosen to meet with us yet or discuss this issue at all. So that's the correction there. Letter from PBA on bottom said Medicare can get it and our union prescription goes secondary. Friend did the Medicare, org put info in and said free, no premium. Scott Whitaker, it's like a cryptic message and I don't understand what you're saying. Please email the org with that. Yes, I am still coming on at 5 o'clock tonight. Can you give us a lesson on Password Keeper? I'll add that to the list, Long Beach. Where do I send questions? What email do you use? Okay, so our email again is retirees@nycretirees.org. If you are a member of the organization and you're getting our email is everywhere. You can contact us through the portal, through our own website. You can respond back to our emails. You should be able to contact us. It's still so surprising to me that you guys don't know our email address, but we're just going to keep repeating it. My World Trade Center cancer med is not in the formulary anymore. If I don't use insurance, do you know if it counts towards the Medicare cap? It's very expensive and World Trade Center won't cover third-party payment since it won't go through insurance. So Roberta, that's a really good question and I don't have an answer for you on that. What you may want to do is send me a separate email on that and we can take that up with what it may be trying to get that drug back into the formulary. So let's see what we can do on that one. Tom, thanks again. I'll send you that info on the specialty RX can only be obtained from Credo or traditional Medicare, even though Prime advocate on taped call to all these calls to everyone. Medicare RX spread out cost Prime, ETA, etc. CWA 1180. And also let me know, Tom, if you are on the CWA 1180 plan from the union or you're on the city's drug rider, because there's still an issue that we have with CWA 1180 in that when they finally created a Medicare Part D creditable plan, if you were a retiree and you were currently on the city's drug rider, they weren't letting you onto the union plan. And I have a problem with that. The rule is in the city, if you have a union drug plan, you have to be on the union drug plan. CWA 1180 not letting you back on the drug plan is criminal and violation of the city rules. The city can't pick and choose which rules it wants to enforce and ones it doesn't. So I need to see consistency there. So let me know which plan you're on. and I'm going to have to jump because I'm really cutting this close. I'm retired NYPD on Medicare. My wife on Social Security, disability, and Medicare. She got a letter saying she needs pre-authorization for Prime. One of her meds. I did not get a letter. I never went on the Emblem portal. Would her info be on the portal, or does she need a separate account? So, John, I'm confused on this because you're PBA, and I thought the PBA had its own drug plan, not the city drug plan. Can you email us as well on that and let me know? Because that's not making sense to me. That's not making sense to me, and I don't know what insurance, what their welfare fund drug plan is. PBA is. I honestly don't know. So, but Bob Ganley is our vice president, and he's former SBA, so I can snapshot this to him and have him help with that. If you are in our database as a member, I will have your contact info. If not, I encourage you to join us so that I can send that over. Okay, so I'm going to jump, guys, because I have another meeting to go to. You guys have a great day, and I will be back tonight at 5 o'clock, and I will post the links later on today after my next meeting. Ciao.
Don't speak what you don't understand. The truth is not in your command. Don't shout about what you think is fake. The decision isn't yours to make. Don't lie about the way things